Today, we're diving into the chilling crimes committed by Craig Chandler Price, the youngest black serial killer in U.S. history. Price was born on October 11, 1973, in Warwick, Rhode Island. By 1987, at just 13 years old, he had started sneaking peeks at his 27-year-old neighbor, Rebecca Spencer, a mother of two who lived just 2 doors away. On July 27, 1987, Price broke into Spencer's house, grabbed a knife from her kitchen, and launched a brutal attack, stabbing her 58 times and leaving her lifeless. Her brother discovered the horrific scene hours later when he came home from work. Despite their efforts, detectives couldn't determine who had committed the heinous act, leaving the case unsolved. Fast forward to 1989, Price, now a 15-year-old high school freshman, seemed like a typical kid. He played football, had plenty of friends, and blended in well, though he had been caught for burglaries. Beneath the surface, however, Price harbored a dark side. After getting away with one murder, the towering teen was ready to strike again. On September 1, 1989, high on marijuana and LSD, Price broke into the home of 39-year-old Joan Heaton, a neighbor. He stabbed Heaton 57 times, strangled and beat her, killing her. When her 10-year-old daughter Jennifer saw what was happening, Price knew he couldn't let her live to identify him. He stabbed Jennifer 62 times. He then turned to 7-year-old Melissa, who suffered the same fate. During the savage assault, Price used multiple knives, some of which broke in the process. Heaton's mother and sister visited her house on September 4, concerned they hadn't heard from her. When they entered, they found a blood-soaked scene and the lifeless bodies of their loved ones. Authorities were called immediately. Detectives soon linked the triple homicide to Spencer's murder 2 years earlier, confirming they were dealing with a serial killer. Worried he might strike again, the police enlisted the help of an FBI profiler. The profiler advised them to look for someone with a bandaged hand, as the killer likely injured himself during the frenzied attack. On September 5, 1989, 2 detectives near the crime scene spotted Price. One of the officers had coached him in basketball and struck up a conversation. The detective noticed Price had a bandage on his hand. When asked about it, Price claimed he had punched a car window on Keeley Street after getting drunk. The detectives doubted his story. They investigated and found no reports of vandalism in the area Price mentioned. A few days later, Price was brought in for questioning. He stuck to his story and even took a polygraph test, which he failed. Detectives didn't have enough evidence to arrest him, but a tip from a friend revealed that Price had boasted about killing Spencer. Armed with a search warrant, authorities searched a shed behind Price's home on September 17, 1989. They found bloody knives, gloves, clothing, and other damning evidence. Taken back to the station, Price confessed to his crimes, recounting his spree as his distraught mother listened. Price claimed the triple murder started as a burglary but escalated when Joan and her daughters woke up. Other reports suggest he had built up anger towards white people due to experiencing racism from a young age. He allegedly had a tense interaction with Heaton 2 weeks before the murders, feeling judged by her because of his race. Regardless of his motives, Price was a menace. Yet, Rhode Island laws at the time didn't allow juveniles under 18 to be tried as adults. Price was sentenced in juvenile court and scheduled for release at 21, with his record sealed. As part of his sentence, he was also ordered to undergo therapy and a psychological evaluation. Knowing he'd be free soon, Price taunted the media, once shouting, "When I get out, I'm going to smoke a bomber." He even promised to make history upon his release. Public outrage led state lawmakers to amend laws, ensuring future young offenders could face harsher penalties. Unfortunately, these changes couldn't be applied retroactively to Price. Just weeks before his release in June 1994, Price faced new charges for assault and extortion after threatening an officer at his facility. Refusing court-ordered therapy also landed him a contempt charge, adding an extra year to his sentence. In the years that followed, Price repeatedly sabotaged himself. He bit an officer's finger in 1996, resulting in another year of incarceration. He continued to defy his psychiatric treatment orders, earning a 10-year sentence in 1997. Between 1999 and 2001, he attacked correctional officers, adding another 4 years to his time. Transferred to Florida in 2004, Price's pattern of violence continued. In 2009, he was charged with battery and other offenses, resulting in an additional 2.5 years. His most recent attack was in 2017 when he stabbed an inmate with a homemade knife. This act earned him a 25-year sentence. Price may never walk free again.